Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Today I'm going to solve the IGCSE paper 2 February March 2024. Let's start the paper. Question 1. A night bus runs from 2150 to 518 the next day. Work out the number of hours and minutes that the night bus runs. This is the departure time, and the departure time is 2150. The bus start running. After 10 minutes, the time becomes 22, and then the 22, 23, and 00. After this, after 5 hours, time becomes 5, and then 5:18. You see here at this 2150 to 20, the total minutes is 10 minutes, and 5 to 18, here is the 18 minutes. The total number of hours you see here 1, 2, and then 0 to 5 is total number of hours 5. Therefore, total hour bus reach at the destination, it will be 7 hours, and the total minutes will be 10 plus 18 is 28 minutes. Part second, calculate square root of 5.76 plus 2.8 cube. See here, this is the 5.76 square root plus 2.8 cube, and this value will be equal to 24.352. And this is the answer. Question number 3, simplify 4m plus 7k minus m plus 3k. This is the algebraic expression. In the algebraic expression, we will add the like term. You see here 4m minus m. The answer will be 3m. And the next like term here is 7k plus 3k. This will be equal to 10k. And this is the simplification of this expression. Question number 4. The diagram shows the net of cuboid with its base shaded. The length of cuboid is 10 centimeter and its width is 4 centimeter. Height is 5 centimeter. Write down the value A, B, C, and D. This is the netting of cuboid. And in the cuboid, you see here, there are 6 faces. And the first face is bottom. This is base. Suppose this is the bottom face. And next is the top face. You see here, the bottom and top face having the same area. Therefore, this is the top. If this is the bottom face, this will be the length and this will be the width. And therefore, this is length and this is width. You see here, this is the front face. And you see here, this is the length. Therefore, this will be the front face, and in the front face, the edges of the front face is length and height. Therefore, this is the length and height. Here, the face having height is the right side and the left side. In the right side, the width and the right face having the edges, width and height. Therefore, the height and this will be the width. After mentioning these dimensions, you see here the length of cuboid is 10 centimeter. Therefore, we write here is B equal to 10 centimeter. And you see here, this is the width is 4 centimeter and the height is 5 centimeter. Now we can calculate the length of A, B, C, and D. You see here, the length of A is having the edges, width, length, and this is also width. Therefore, we can write A will be equal to 2 times of width plus length, and the B is equal to length, and C is equal to width. You see here, the D is equal to W plus H. Therefore, we can write 2 times of 4 plus 10, that will be equal to 14. and length is 10 centimeter, and W is 4 centimeter. Therefore, W plus H is 4 plus 5 is 9 centimeter. Therefore, we can write 9 centimeter, and this length is 14. This length is 10 centimeter, and C is 4 centimeter. This is the answer. Question 5, there are 20 cars. 3 are blue. James wants to draw pie chart to show the information. Find the angle of sector for the blue car. In the pie chart, we will show the information in the sector of circle. For the sector of circle, we have to calculate the angle of sector. Look here, the total cars here are 20. And for the 20 cars, the angle of sector will be 360 degree. For the 3 cars, the total angle will be equal to 360 divided by 20 multiplied by 3. Now we can calculate 360 divided by 20, that's equal to 18. Therefore, 18 times 3 is 54 degree is the angle of sector blue cars. These are the 54. This is the 54 degree, and this section of circle show the number of blue cars. Next is the part B. One of the 20 car is picked at random. Find the probability that this car is not blue. Now the probability of not blue car will be equal to total number of blue cars. The total number of blue cars here are 3. Not blue cars will be 20 minus 3 out of total car. Therefore, we can write 17 over 20 is the answer. Question number 6, write AB as a column vector. In the AB vector will be equal to OB minus OA. You see here, this is position vector OB. If we move left side 3 unit and 4 unit upward, therefore minus 3, 4 is the position vector. Next, the position vector of A is OA. And this you see here, firstly we will move 7 unit on right and 1 unit up. Therefore, we can write plus 7, 1. Now this minus 3 minus 7, and this will be 4 minus 1, and this will be equal to minus 10, 3. Question number 7, as the temperature increases, the number of people who go swimming increases. Write down the type of correlation in this statement described. This is the positive correlation. When one value increase, the other also increase. Therefore, we write the positive correlation is the answer. Question 8, part A, the nth term of sequence in n square minus 3. Find the first 3 terms. The first term we can calculate. We suppose that the first term is A1 is the first term. Therefore, the n will be equal to 1. 1 minus 1 square minus 3 will be equal to 1 minus 3 minus 2. Suppose the second term is A2 is the second term. The second term will be 2. N will be 2. Therefore, 2 square minus 3 that will be equal to 1. And the third term we can calculate. That's n will be 3 square, and 3 square minus 3 that will be equal to 9 minus 3 that's equal to 6. Therefore, minus 2, 1, 6 is the sequence. Next part B, these are first 5 terms of different sequence. Find the nth term. You see here this we can write 1 as a 3 power 0, this is 3 power 1, 3 power 2, 3 power 3, and 3 power 4. We can write 3 power 0 as 1 minus 1. This is the first term of the sequence, therefore we can write 1 minus 1. In this term, we have mentioned the term position. In the second term, we can write this 3 power 1 is 2 minus 1. And through 3 power 2, we can write 3 minus 1. This is 3 power 4 minus 1. And this can be, we can write 3 power 5 minus 1. Therefore, the nth term of this sequence, we can write 3 power n minus 1. Question 9, the line y equal to 2x minus 5 intersects the line y equal to 3 at point P. Find the coordinates of point P. Here are two equations, y equal to 2x minus 5, and the other equation is y equal to 3. To get the coordinate of the point P, we will solve these equations simultaneously. Therefore, we substitute the value y equal to 3 in the first equation. Therefore, the first equation becomes 3 equal to 2x minus 5. And value becomes 3 plus 5 equal to 2x. And therefore, 2x will be equal to 8 and x will be equal to 8 over 2 is 4. Therefore, the coordinates of point P will be 4, 3. This is the answer. Question number 10. The diagram shows a trapezium PQRS. Calculate the area of trapezium. The formula of area of trapezium is 1 over 2 into sum of parallel sides into height. The parallel sides, you see here, these are the parallel sides. We can write A plus P into H. This is the formula of trapezium. Here is the A is 8.7, B is 5.3, and the height is, this is the height 3.8 centimeter. Therefore, we can write this 8.7 plus 5. This will be equal to 14 over 2 multiplied by 3.8. That's value will be equal to 26.6 centimeters square is the answer. Part 11. Without calculator, work out 1 over 4 minus 5 over 6. You see here, this is the mixed fraction. Firstly, we convert the mixed fraction into improper fraction. Therefore, 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5. Therefore, we write is 5 over 4 minus 5 over 6. Add or subtract the fraction. Firstly, we will make the denominator same. To make the denominator same, if we multiply this first fraction by multiplying by 3 and the second fraction we multiply by 2, the denominator become 12. Therefore, we write the denominator 12, and this first fraction numerator value will be 15, and this value become 10. Therefore, 15 minus 10 is 5, and 5 over 12 will be the answer. Question 12, Farid spins a three-sided spinner with sides labeled A, B, C. The probability the spinner lands on C is 0.35. Farid spin the spinner 14 times. Calculate the number of times he expects the spinner to land on C. The number of times he expects the spinner on C will be 40 multiplied by 0.35, and this will be equal to 14. And the 14 is the number of times he expects the spinner to land on C. This is the answer. Question number 13. The bearing of B from A is 107 degree. Calculate the bearing of A from B. This is the position of A. And firstly, we will mark the north at A. The bearing of B from A, it is the angle in the clockwise direction from the north at A to the point B. Therefore, this is the angle is 107 degree. Therefore, this angle is suppose that is 107 degree. This point is A, this is B. Now we have to calculate the bearing of A from B. Therefore, we will mark the north at B. We have to calculate the angle from the north at B to the A. This angle will be the bearing of A from B. You see here, This total angle is 360, and this angle, you see here, the sum of interior angle of parallel line are 180. Therefore, we can write this angle is 73 degree. Therefore, the bearing of B will be 360 minus 73. This will be equal to 287. And this is the answer. Next is the question 14. A train 50 meter long is traveling at 55 kilometers per hour. Calculate how long it will take for the whole train to completely cross a bridge that is 480 meter long. Give your answer in seconds, correct to nearest second. You see here the total distance the train has to cover, the total distance will be 1750 meter, the length of the train, plus 480 meters, the length of the bridge. This will be equal to 2230 meter. We convert into kilometer. Therefore, this value will be equal to 2.23 kilometer. We have to calculate the time. The time will be equal to distance over speed. Here is the distance is 2.23 kilometer divided by speed here is 55 kilometer per hour. And this value will be equal to 0.04054 hours. Now we have to calculate this time in second. To convert the time into second, this value is multiplied by 3600, and this value will be equal to 145.9 second. Nearest second, this value will be equal to 146 seconds. This is the answer. Question 15. Describe fully the single transformation that maps the triangle A onto triangle B. Firstly, we see the size. If the size is same, therefore, this transformation will be translation or reflection or rotation. If the transformation is translation, the shape will be drag. You see here, this is not drag shape. Next, we will see the reflection. To check the transformation is reflection, we will join the objects and corresponding image points. After joining these object and corresponding image points, if we get the parallel line, this type of transformation is reflection. Therefore, this is the reflection transformation, and we write the triangle A onto triangle B is reflection. To find the line of reflection, we will take the midpoints between the object and image points. The objects and image point, this is the middle of the object and corresponding image points. And next we take the another midpoints between the object and corresponding image point. You see here, this is the midpoint. Therefore, we join these midpoints, we get the line of reflection. You see here, the line of reflection here is x equal to -2. This transformation is reflection. And the line of reflection is x equal to -2. This is the answer. Now the question number 15, part second. Describe transformation that triangle A onto triangle B. Look here, this triangle C size is not same, therefore this is the enlargement transformation. To find the scale factor of enlarged figure, we will take the side length of image, and the side length of image is 1, 2, and we will take the corresponding side length of object. You see here 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the ratio between image length and the to the side object length, this is equal to the scale factor. Therefore, 1/2 scale factor of this enlarged figure. To get the center of enlargement, we will join the object points and the corresponding image points. After joining these 2 points, we get a line, this line, and next we will join the object and corresponding image points, and we get a line. You see here the both line intersect at which points is the center of enlargement. This is the center of enlargement, and this point is -3, -4. Therefore, this transformation is enlargement of 1/2 scale factor, and center of enlargement is -3, -4. Part B, draw the image of triangle A after rotation 90 degree clockwise about 1, 3. This is the point 1, 3. This is the center of rotation. To draw the image of triangle A after rotation, firstly, we will rotate the object points rotation 90 degree clockwise. You see here this first point is A1 and we name it as R. Firstly, we will rotate this RA1 90 degree. You see here, this is the 90 degree rotation clockwise. These points will be the image point will be A1 dash. Next, we will take the second image point rotation 90 degree clockwise, this point A2. And when we rotate RA2 90 degree, this will be the position of the image points of 90 degree rotation of points A2 about 1, 3. This will be the second points A2 dash. Now next is the third point. You see here, this is the third point A3, rotation 90 degree clockwise. Firstly, we will join R2 A3, and this line rotate 90 degree. When we rotate this line 90 degree, we get this position. At this position, the image points of A3 will be A3 dash. You see here, these points A1, A2 dash, A3 dash. To get the rotation figure, we will join all these points. Now we join all these points. You see here, this is A1 to A2 dash, and this is A1 to A3 dash, and this is A2 dash to A3 dash. This figure is the rotated figure of figure A, 90 degree rotation clockwise about 1, 3. This is the transformation of the triangle A after rotation 90 degree. This is the coordinates. A1 dash coordinates will be 0, 3, and the A2 dash coordinates will be -4, 3, and A3 dash coordinates are -3, -1. And this is the answer. Question 16, x is an integer. Universal set is x is such that x is greater than equal to 1 and less than 10. P, x is an even number. Q is equal to x is such that x is multiple of 5. You see here the universal set element here are 1 to 10. Therefore, we write 1, 2, 3, and 10. These are the universal set element. Next is the element of P. These are even number. Therefore, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 are even number. And next is Q. Q are the elements of multiple of 5. We will write 5 and 10. Next, we have to complete the Venn diagram. Firstly, we will see the intersection between set P and set Q. The intersection of P and Q, 10 is the intersecting element between P and Q. Now we will enter the elements of P. You see here, these are element 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 is already written down here. Next is element of Q here, 5 and 10. And this is the complete Venn diagram. Next, we will move to question number 17. Question 17, the height of 200 people is measured. The table shows the result. Calculate an estimate of the mean height. The mean height is equal to sum of heights divided by total number of people. Now the sum of values divided by total number of values, this will be equal to mean. You see here the to calculate the sum of values. Firstly, we have to calculate the class mark between these class intervals. The class mark between these class interval 100 to 120, that is 110. This is X, and the middle value of 120 and 130 is 125. And the middle of 130 to 150 is 140. And this is the middle between 150 to 190 is 170. And this is the frequency F. Now the sum of values will be equal to F into X. Now we multiply 110 multiplied by 130, 110 multiplied by 32. This value will be equal to 3520. And next is when the value 125 is multiplied by 55, the answer will be equal to 6875. And next 140 multiplied by 64, this value will be equal to 8960. And next is 170 multiplied by 49. This will be equal to 8330. To get the sum of values, we add all these values, and the summation of this will be equal to 27,685. We write here is 278685. The total number of values here are 2200 people. Therefore, the sum of frequency will be equal to 200. And this, we divide this 27,685 by 200. We get 138.425 is the mean height. And this is the answer. Question number 18, find the HCF of 28 x power 5 and 98 x power 3. We can write 28 x power 5 is 2 into 2 into 7 into x power 5. And next we can write 98 is 98 x power 3. We can write 2 into 7 x power 3. HCF is the common between these two values. The common here is 2 and 7. We write 2 and 7. The common between x power 3 and x power 5 is the lowest power value. Therefore, this power x power 3 will be the common, and the 40x3 will be the answer. Question 19. The speed time graph shows information about a bus journey. Calculate total distance traveled by bus. The total distance in speed time, we can calculate the total distance in speed time graph by taking the area under this graph. You see here the shape of this graph is trapezium. Therefore, area of this trapezium will be equal to the total distance traveled by bus. This is the area of equal to area of graph, and the graph shape is trapezium. The area of trapezium, that will be equal to 1/2 into sum of parallel side into height. The parallel side's length here is 0 to 190 is 190 is the first side length, and second side length is The 140 minus 120, this will be equal to length B, and this is 120. We write 120. And the height is the distance between these two parallel sides, that is 15. This will be equal to 2325. This is the answer. Question number 20, calculate the area of the triangle ABC. The area of the triangle ABC will be equal to 1/2 product of the adjacent sides and the sine of the angle between them. This is 1/2 AB sine theta. Now we can write this 1/2 into 5.6 into 4.9 into sine of 23. And this length will be equal to, this value will be equal to 5.36. And this is the area of the triangle ABC. In 21 part A, write down the value of h. You see here the fifth root of 3, we can write 3 power 1/5. And this 3 power h is written as it is. You see here both values have same base, therefore we can write h equal to 1/5. This is the answer. Part B, simplify 4x cubed whole cube, and this value will be equal to 4x power 3 multiplied by 3, and this will be equal to 4x power 9. This is the answer. Next question number 22, y is inversely proportional to square of x plus 3. When x is equal to 5, y equal to 0.375, find y in terms of x. Y is inversely proportional to square of x plus 3. This will be the product of y into square of x plus 3 whole square will be equal to k. This is the inverse equation of inversely proportional. To calculate t, we substitute the value of x and y. Here is y is 0.375 into x. Here is 5 plus 3 whole square, and this value will be equal to 0.375 into 8 square is 64. Therefore, k will be equal to 24. And this equation will be y into x plus 3 whole square equal to 24. Then y will be equal to 24 over x plus 3 whole square. This is the answer. Question 23, part A, on the axis sketch the graph of y equal to cos x for values of x between 0 to 360. To draw the graph, we will take the some values of x is 0, 90, 180, 270, and 360. Against these values, the value of y will be equal to cos x, and this value of y equal to cos x, and cos 0 will be equal to 1, and cos 90 is 0, cos 180 minus 1, cos 270 is 0, and cos 360 is 1. We will mark these values here, and this is 0, 1, and next is this is 90, and this position is 90, 0, and next is 180 minus 1. This will be the 180 minus 1, and this is 270 and 270, 0. This is the 270 0 point, and this is 361. Now we will join these points. And this is the graph of y equal to cos x. Question 23, part B, solve this equation. You see here the x is equal to cos inverse 0.294. Firstly, we will take the acute angle value of cos inverse. The acute angle of value of cos inverse 0.294 is 72.9 degree. But this cos x value positive in the first quadrant and the fourth quadrant. This value in between 0 to 90 and this is 72.9, and the second value will be lie in the fourth quadrant. This value will be equal to 360 minus 72.9. Therefore, the x will be equal to acute angle value is 72.9. Next x value is x equal to 360 minus alpha, and this will be equal to 360 minus 72.9, and this will be equal to 287.1. Therefore, the value of x is 72.9 and 287.1. This is the answer. Question number 24, x square minus 16x plus a can be written in the form of x plus b whole square. We can write this x whole square minus 2 times of x into 8 plus a. To convert this expression in the form of a plus b whole square, if we can write a as 8 whole square. Therefore, we can write this x2 into x into 8 plus 8 whole square. This expression become x minus 8 whole square, and we can write this x plus minus 8 whole square. Therefore, this value of a will here is 8 square, and this is 64. The value of b will be when we compare this x plus b whole square is minus 8. Therefore, the value of b is minus 8, a is 64. This is the answer. Question number 25. A bag contains 2 green buttons, 5 red, 6 blue buttons. 2 buttons are taken at random from the void without replacement. Calculate the probability that 2 buttons are different color. Therefore, the probability of 2 buttons of different color, that will be probability of green red or probability of red green plus probability of green blue or probability of blue green and the probability of red blue or probability of blue red. You see here, the one we take first button is green, therefore we can write 2 out of total button here are 13 to our 13 into probability of red button. Red buttons here are 5 and out of 12 because one button is already taken out. Therefore, we write 2 over 13 multiply 5 over 12 plus probability of red button. Here will be 5 out of 13 and one button is already taken. Therefore, 12. Here are 12 buttons and we have to select the green button out of 12 button. Green button here is 2. Therefore, we can write this 2 over 12. Next, we will write here is plus. This will be plus probability of green button, and green buttons are here are 2 buttons are green out of 13. We write 2 out of 13. Multiply blue buttons is 6. Therefore, 6 out of 12 because one button is already taken. Now, next is the blue and green. Therefore, we can write 6 over 13 into 2 over 12. The next probability of red button and green button, blue button. Red buttons here are 5 out of 13 and the blue button here are 6 out of 12 because one button already taken. Next will be blue and red. Therefore, this will be 6 over 13 into 5 over 12. We will simplify these fraction. This will be equal to 2 times 5 is 10 and 13 multiplied by 12. This will be equal to 156 and this is 10 over 156. Next is 12 over 156 plus 12 over 156 plus 30 over 156 plus 30 over 156. Therefore, this value will be equal to 10 plus 10, 20 plus 24 plus 60. This will be equal to 104 over 156. Now this can be written as 6 times 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 6 is 24, and this is 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 9 is 36, 26 over 39. 13 times 2 is 26, 13 times 3 is 39. Therefore, 2 over 3 will be the answer. Next question number 26. A is 0.61, B is 0.27. Find the equation of perpendicular bisector of AB. This is point A and B. And this is the AB, and this line is perpendicular bisector. And this is the middle point of AB. This point C is the middle point suppose 2 plus x, 6 over 2, and then 7 plus 1 over 2. And this is the middle point, and this middle point will be 8 over 2 is 4. And this is 8 over 2 is 4. Therefore, 4, 4 is the middle point. Firstly, we will calculate the gradient of line AB to calculate the gradient of perpendicular bisector. Suppose the gradient of perpendicular bisector is M2 and the gradient of line AB is M1. This gradient of line AB M1 will be equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and this value will be equal to y2 is 7 minus 1 and x2 is 2 minus x1 is 6. We can write 6 over minus 4, and this will be equal to minus 3 over 2. Therefore, the M2 will be equal to minus 1 over M1. This will be equal to minus 1 over minus 3 over 2, and this will be equal to 2 over 3. This is the gradient of the perpendicular bisector. Therefore, the equation of line will be equal to y equal to m2x plus c, where y is m2 is 2 over 3 x plus c. To calculate c, we will substitute the value of point C44 in this equation. This will be equal to 2 over 3 multiplied by 4 plus c, and this will be equal to 4 minus 8 over 3 will be equal to c, and c will be equal to 12 minus 8 over 3, and this will be equal to 4 over 3. And when we substitute the value of c in this equation, we get y equal to 2 over 3 x plus 4 over 3. This is the equation of the line.